Once again, we've just wrapped up another incredible episode of Fallout. And as we edge closer to the season finale, my excitement is through the roof. I can't wait to see what happens next. What will Maximus and the ghoul do? Will Lucy be able to stop Hank's plans? Let's take a closer look at what might unfold in episode 7 and break down the most important moments from episode 6 along the way. Lucy's decision. In episode 6, I expected serious tension between Lucy and Hank, but thanks to Hank's clever strategy, he seems to have partially convinced Lucy that what he's doing is actually for the greater good. Honestly, his claim that he controls people's minds to keep them safe and give them jobs is a disturbingly smart form of manipulation. He could have protected those people without stripping them of free will. But according to Hank, they're incapable of living peacefully unless their minds are controlled and their souls ignored. I believe Lucy will start to resist this idea. The more she learns about the world, the more she realizes that no peace is ever completely innocent, even life inside the vault. That said, I don't think Hank will allow Lucy to ruin his plans so easily. Yes, he appeared to surrender and let her take control, but I think that's only because he's confident she won't act against his wishes. Once Lucy begins making bolder moves, especially if she tries to end the mind control, Hank may respond far more aggressively. He might even be willing to hurt his own daughter, along with Maximus and the ghoul. Maximus, Thaddeus, and the ghoul. The long-awaited meeting has finally happened. Dogmeat brought Maximus and Thaddeus to the ghoul. In episode 6, we learned that Maximus wanted to give the cold fusion device to Lucy, the only truly good person he knows. Now that they've found the ghoul as well, it's almost certain they'll head straight to find Lucy. Before that, though, Maximus will probably confront the ghoul for using Lucy as a bargaining chip. We might even see an intense fight between them. For the ghoul, things are only getting more complicated. He's badly injured and likely feels guilty for exploiting Lucy. On top of that, he was first saved by a super mutant and then attacked by it. After everything he's been through, I think he'll finally decide to do the right thing, joining Maximus to find Hank and save Lucy. What might happen in episode 7? Now let's talk about episode 7. Based on the teasers, we'll see Maximus and the ghoul becoming allies. Even more exciting, Maximus will face off against a death claw. Honestly, it feels like he's slowly becoming a legendary hero. This fight will probably earn him serious respect and bring him one step closer to finding Lucy. As for Lucy, the teasers show her trying to escape. Most likely, when she attempts to stop Hank or disable the mind control devices, he'll strike back. That could leave her with no choice but to run. And if Maximus and the ghoul arrive at just the right moment, we might see a brutal clash between Hank's mind-controlled legionaries and our heroes. I'm also really curious to see how far Hank has taken this mind control operation. But not all the chaos is centered on our main group. I don't know, things are falling apart inside the vaults too. Chaos in Vault 33. In Vault 33, resource management has reached a breaking point that could ignite a civil war between Reg and Betty. On top of that, we learned that Steph plans to marry Cadet without even telling him. When I saw the teaser of Steph running away in a wedding dress, I became almost certain that this wedding will end in disaster. Most likely, Chad will expose who Steph really is in front of everyone, forcing her to run for her life. And to make matters worse, this could push Reg and Betty into a full-blown confrontation. Norm's turning point. Finally, let's talk about Norm. In episode 5, he was nearly killed by Ronnie. But in episode 7, the teasers suggest he'll escape and make contact with his father. At that point, I think he'll learn about his father's horrifying plans for the vaults. Along with the people who support him, Norm will set out to confront his father and steal him. Once again, Fallout proves that it knows exactly how to raise the stakes at the right moment. The Season 2 Episode 7 trailer opens with a heavy sense of danger, and from the very first shots, you can feel that Lucy is running out of time. Hank's control has clearly gone further than we imagined, and it no longer looks like he is pretending to be the calm, logical leader. His true side is starting to show. We see Lucy trying to resist, and it feels like she finally understands that there is no peaceful solution left. Just like in the previous episodes, she is torn between doing the right thing and protecting innocent people, but now her own life is directly on the line. At the same time, the trailer finally confirms what many of us were hoping for. Cooper and Maximus are teaming up. After everything that happened between them, after the anger, the guilt, and the distrust, they now seem focused on one single goal: saving Lucy. For Maximus, this feels personal in a deeper way than ever before. Lucy is still the one truly good person he believes in, and losing her would mean losing the last bit of hope he has left. You can see it in his eyes in the trailer. He is no longer just reacting to the world, he is choosing to fight back. As for Cooper, his role feels much more complicated. He is still carrying the weight of everything he has done, and the trailer hints that he knows this rescue mission might be his last chance to do something right. The way he looks at Maximus and the way he moves forward without hesitation makes it clear that he is ready to face whatever Hank throws at them. But the trailer also teases that Hank is not planning to let Lucy go easily. The mind control technology seems more advanced, more widespread, and more terrifying than before. We see soldiers moving like machines, completely loyal to Hank, and it makes you wonder how Cooper and Maximus can possibly fight an army that does not even think for itself anymore. What makes this even more intense is the emotional tension. Lucy is not just a victim here. She is still trying to make choices, still trying to protect others, even while she is trapped. The trailer hints that Hank might try to manipulate her one last time, using her compassion against her. And that is what makes this situation so dangerous. If Lucy hesitates, even for a second, everything could fall apart. Episode 7 is clearly setting up a massive turning point. The rescue of Lucy is not just about saving one person anymore. It is about stopping Hank, exposing his true plans, and deciding what kind of future this broken world is going to have. And from what the trailer shows us, nothing and no one will come out of this the same way they went in. Now let's talk about Lucy, because the trailer makes it painfully clear that she is in more danger than ever before. We see her surrounded by Hank's people, and this time, they are not just guards or followers, they are fully mind-controlled soldiers who move and act without emotion. Lucy's face tells the whole story. She finally understands that Hank was never going to let her make real choices. His calm words about safety and peace were always just a cover for total control. The most terrifying part is that Hank still believes he is doing the right thing. The trailer shows him speaking with the same quiet confidence, as if everything he is doing is justified. But now, his actions are much darker. It looks like he is ready to sacrifice anyone, even Lucy, to protect his system. This fits perfectly with what we saw before. Hank does not see people as human beings anymore. He sees them as pieces in a machine that he needs to control to create his version of peace. And Lucy is the one person who threatens that entire system, because she still believes in free will, even when it hurts. At the same time, the trailer gives us a deeper look into Maximus's transformation. He is no longer just the confused, scared man trying to survive. There is a clear shift in his energy. He is more focused, more determined, and honestly, more dangerous. The title of this episode feels very accurate because Maximus is rising into something bigger than he ever imagined. We see him standing his ground, facing enemies without hesitation, and it feels like he has finally accepted his role in this world. Lucy's situation is clearly what pushes him over the edge. He is done watching people he cares about suffer. This rescue mission is not just about Lucy, it is about proving to himself that he can actually change something. And the most interesting part is how his relationship with Cooper plays into this. Maximus used to see Cooper as a problem, as someone who only brought chaos and pain. But now, the trailer shows them moving in sync, trusting each other in the middle of danger. That alone tells us how serious this situation is. Hank's control, however, is still the biggest threat. The trailer hints that his mind control technology has reached a new level. We see more people under his influence, and it looks like he is expanding his reach beyond what we expected. This makes the rescue of Lucy even more complicated. Even if Cooper and Maximus reach her, how do they fight an entire system built on control? How do they free someone when everyone around them is programmed to stop them? And here's where things get really suspenseful. The trailer teases a moment where Lucy might be forced to choose between her own freedom and the safety of innocent people. Hank might use that against her, telling her that if she leaves, everything will collapse. And knowing Lucy, that choice would destroy her emotionally. That is why episode 7 feels like it will be the true test of who these characters really are. Lucy's compassion, Maximus's courage, and Hank's twisted sense of justice are all about to collide in a way that could change the entire story. Now let's focus on the most chilling part of the trailer, Hank's true plan finally starting to come into the light. For a long time, Hank has been hiding behind words like safety, order, and peace. But the episode 7 teaser makes it clear that his vision goes far beyond just controlling one group of people. There are small but very important hints that he is trying to build something much bigger, a world where free will does not exist at all. We see more facilities, more devices, and more people being connected to his system. This is no longer about protecting a few vaults. This is about rewriting how humanity survives in the wasteland. Hank truly believes that people cannot be trusted to live without fighting, and instead of guiding them, he has chosen to erase their choices completely. What makes this so disturbing is how calm he still looks while doing it. He does not see himself as a villain. He sees himself as the only person brave enough to do what needs to be done. The teaser also suggests that Lucy was never just a problem for Hank. She was part of his plan from the beginning. There are subtle moments where it feels like Hank has been preparing her for this role, testing her reactions, and measuring how far he could push her. It almost feels like he wanted her to understand his vision and maybe even join him. That makes their relationship even more tragic. Lucy trusted him, believed in him, and tried to see the good in his actions. But now she is finally seeing the full truth. Hank is not trying to save the world. He is trying to control it. And Lucy is the one person who can expose that truth to everyone else. Another important detail in the teaser is the way Hank talks about sacrifice. He keeps repeating the idea that some people have to suffer so that others can live in peace. This is a huge red flag. It shows that he is fully ready to cross any line. Even Lucy's life might not be off limits anymore. And that raises a terrifying question. What if Hank is planning to use Lucy as a symbol? What if he wants to break her in front of everyone to prove that even the purest person can be controlled? That would perfectly fit his twisted logic. If he can control Lucy, then he can control anyone. At the same time, the teaser hints that Hank might be running out of time. We see signs of instability in his system, devices flickering, people acting strangely, and moments where his control does not look as perfect as he wants it to be. This could mean that his entire operation is fragile. One wrong move, one emotional decision, and everything could collapse, and that is where Cooper and Maximus come in. They are not just trying to save Lucy, they might be the key to destroying Hank's entire system. But that also means Hank will become even more desperate and more dangerous. Episode 7 feels like the moment where Hank stops pretending and finally shows the monster he has become. And if his true plan is revealed to the world, there will be no turning back from whatever comes next. What makes episode 7 even more intense is the emotional weight behind Cooper's actions. The trailer gives us quiet but powerful moments that show how much he has changed since the beginning. He is no longer just surviving for himself. He is choosing to fight for someone else, and that someone is Lucy. Cooper has always lived with regret, and it feels like this rescue mission is his way of facing all the terrible choices he made in the past. There is a sense that he believes he does not deserve redemption, but he is still going to try anyway. The way he moves through danger in the trailer, calm but focused, makes it feel like he already accepts that he might not walk away from this alive. And that makes his partnership with Maximus even more meaningful. These two men come from completely different worlds, but they are now united by one purpose. They both care about Lucy, and they both hate what Hank is doing to people. The trailer also hints that their journey to reach Lucy will not be simple or clean. We see explosions, gunfire, and moments where everything seems to go wrong. Hank's soldiers are not normal enemies. They do not feel fear, and they do not hesitate. This creates a terrifying situation where Cooper and Maximus are constantly outnumbered and outmatched. Every step they take toward Lucy feels like a step closer to death, and yet neither of them turns back. This is where Maximus's rise truly becomes clear. He is no longer hiding behind others. He is leading, making decisions, and putting himself in danger without hesitation. This is a huge shift from the man we saw at the start of the series. Lucy's influence on him is obvious. She made him believe that being good still matters, even in a broken world. At the same time, the trailer suggests that Lucy is not just waiting to be rescued. We see her trying to break free, trying to fight back in small ways, even while surrounded by Hank's control. This is very important. Lucy has always been strong in her own way, and episode 7 looks like it will finally show her inner strength in a more direct form. She is not giving up, even when everything is stacked against her. And that makes her potential reunion with Cooper and Maximus even more emotional. If they reach her in time, it will not just be a rescue, it will be the moment where all three of them finally stand together against Hank. But there is also a darker possibility. The trailer hints that Hank might be preparing a final trap. The timing of everything feels too perfect. Lucy's escape attempts, Cooper and Maximus closing in, and Hank's sudden calm confidence all suggest that he might be planning to use this rescue as part of something bigger. What if he wants them to come? What if he is setting up a situation where he can control not just Lucy, but Cooper and Maximus as well? This would fit his pattern perfectly. He never fights directly when he can manipulate instead. And if he can break these three people, the symbols of resistance in this world, then he will prove to everyone that there is no escape from his control. Episode 7 is not just about saving Lucy anymore. It is about whether hope itself can survive Hank's twisted vision of peace. As everything builds toward the final moments teased in the trailer, it becomes clear that episode 7 is not just another chapter in the story. It feels like the beginning of the end for Hank's control and the true test for every main character. The tension is not only physical anymore, it is emotional and moral. Cooper and Maximus are not just risking their lives to save Lucy, they are risking everything they believe in. If they fail, Hank's system will continue to grow, and free will in this world might disappear completely. And if they succeed, the fallout from destroying Hank's control could be just as dangerous. People who have been controlled for so long may not know how to live without it. Chaos could replace order, and the world might become even more violent than before. This makes the rescue of Lucy feel like a double-edged sword. It is the right thing to do, but it could also unleash consequences no one is ready for. Lucy's role in all of this is more important than ever. The trailer makes it clear that she is the heart of this story. She represents the idea that people deserve to choose their own path, even if that path leads to pain. Her courage, even while trapped, shows that she has not lost herself. And that is exactly why Hank is so afraid of her. She is living proof that his vision of control is wrong. If Lucy survives and tells the truth about what Hank has done, his entire image will collapse. People will see him not as a protector, but as a tyrant. And that could start a rebellion far bigger than anything Cooper and Maximus could fight alone.